Okay, so here we have our top of the line Maximus 5. This is new this year. Just like the rest of our tools, it's Android based, which means you have a full functioning tablet here, um, which is really cool, right? So, not just a scan tool. So a huge benefit there. You want to run your shop off of this scan tool. You want to look at any kind of apps. You want to be able to email the customer directly from the tool. You have all those functions. You can download, your Spotify, your anything. It doesn't really matter. Just like a regular tablet. So pretty neat. What we're going to do is click on the Maximus 5 button. Okay. Maximus 5, this is kind of your start screen right here. We're going to be doing run diagnostics. Mess with the camera here for just a second. Okay. All right. So this is a new looking screen compared to the Maximus 4 and 3. So still the same kind of stuff, just a little bit of a different background. CAN bus detection. Go through there. That's pretty cool. So say you are checking codes and you're having trouble accessing some of the computers on a CAN line. This is going to go ahead and detect the voltage and measure it for you on each individual CAN line, which is really neat. So you don't even need to bust out your multimeter anymore. We have your scope. So this tool comes with a 4-channel oscilloscope. That's a $2,000-ish tool. Comes with it for free. Max Drive is a data recorder. That would be a $100 add-on, but allows you to help those customers with the no problem found issues, meaning you can put the data recorder in the OBD2 and the customer can drive the car. And when they have an issue, they just have to take a look at the time on the clock, right? And then when they come back, you can Bluetooth to that and go back to the time and date, and you'll be able to see the data list of the car. So kind of nice little thing on like cold startups in the morning, where once they get it to the dealership or get it to the shop, the car's already warm. You can't really diagnose it. So I am Radius. That's going to be your, emission monitors. Max battery. So this comes with a battery tester. It's Bluetooth, has some clamps. It's pretty neat. Grab them. Okay, they did upgrade these clamps from the past. They're a lot better, but you're just going to clip right to the battery, hit the button there, and it'll allow you to do a load test. You can also do a starting test for your starter and an alternator test using the car. So pretty neat. I'm not going to go through that today. Vehicle voltage is obvious. Going to tell you your battery voltage. So we got the ATIS button down there. We do have the tools loaded with the ATIS software, but you would have to purchase all the targets and things like that. Okay. Explore OEM brands. That's going to just go ahead and pull up all of your different brands. We give you everything. I mean, there's Ferrari, Maserati, everything up in here. Otherwise, you can just hit the VIN scan button in the on the first page, and that'll just scan by VIN. Okay. Up top, we have our service reset button. I really like this button. This is accessed from the home screen. What this is going to let you do is your most common functions of the tool that we are seeing the technicians use. We throw them in here, right? And it lets you just plug into the car, hit service reset, hit the button, and now you're working on the car, right? So if you need to pull in your parking brakes because you're doing a brake job, you're no longer having to scan the car. You don't have to select ABS ECU, then get in. Once you're in the ECU, select special functions, and then find the parking brake reset. Okay, so it's going to cut your time down. And as we see which functions the customers are using the most, we add them in here. Okay. Also on the smaller tools we do, like the Max Lite, you're going to have, maybe 10 of these, where right here we've got over 20. Pretty neat. Maximus 5, already loaded with motorcycle. So is the Maximus 4. You do have to buy the connectors. You can have heavy duty on here if you would like to. That would be an upgrade to make this tool a heavy duty and carline. Pretty neat. But heavy duty also does have all the resets as well, which is really awesome. Your most common things. Okay. And our heavy duty line is not just trucks. We categorize them in RV, construction, bus, and you can get into the trailer, do the brakes, transmission. Pretty awesome. We also don't limit you on the heavy duty side to which manufacturers. It's everything. Everything is there. And we'll talk more about heavy duty a different time. Prior sessions. So when you're running a a health check, and you want to go back and see which codes you had, or what vehicle or you were working on, you didn't write them down or whatever, you just want to access the information, it's all held there, which is pretty neat. The portal is something new, but this is just gonna take you to the Matco Tools diagnostic webpage, and there's gonna be some videos on this page, and it's gonna tell you how to use your tool, and some cool functions, like we do a split screen where you can half the screen monitor your data list, the other half you could be looking at your specs on the triple flow chart, which is really neat. Anyways, we're gonna do a demo. So there it is, of a health check. Okay. Guys should all know I'm a Toyota guy, but we can pick anything there. So this is also really something cool for Matco. This is called Topology. So this is our system topology screen. You can also just do a regular list if you don't like it, or you want to select an individual. But I like this topology screen. What it does is, when you run a health report, is it's showing you real time which ECUs it's scanning, right? And it separates the ECUs off the can line. So if you're not accessing any of the ECUs, like say these were all white, they weren't scanned or weren't coming up, you would say, okay, well, I probably got a K-line problem for my CAN communication. Anyways, green's going to be, no problem found there. Red's going to have your trouble codes. We're just clicking on them. Okay, there's your 2 trouble codes. Really cool function of the Android is you can just Google search it if you'd like to and see what's going on the web. Sorry, I'm not used to the, yes, okay. Maximus Fix comes with the tool. So this is like your Identifix, your ALLDATA, Mitchell. It's all made by Motor, okay? And what it's going to do is it's going to go ahead and put in the year, make, and model you were working on. It's going to put in your code for you. When you hit it, it's going to go ahead and pull up your code and what's going on with it, which is really neat. You got your wiring diagrams, everything over here on the side. You can search, anything you need. And the diagnostic repair times are in here as well. So that's a really cool function. It's going to save you or your shop a ton of money, because I know most shops pay over $2,000 a year, over $200 a month, and this is included with your tool for free. And every year when you update your tool, you get that again for free. So that is huge. Also, heavy duty, guys, we now have that with heavy duty, and it's every single manufacturer except International. They still need to join. Code Assist, so this is partnership with Identifix. This is going to give you your quick fix, right? Most common things people replace, for that code, okay? This one doesn't have anything. Oh, it says potential causes is the fuse or the wiring. Frequent fixes is the fuse. So super awesome, quick guide to just, hey, let me just check and see what's going on. All right, so all that software information is included. And then if you just want to go into the ECU, enter module, all right, clear your codes. We all know how to do that. There's going to be your actuation tests that you can do on the car, okay? You want to read your freeze frame data, we can do that. Special functions. Some of those might even be in that that quick button in the front of the tool. Here's your data list. Now, data list is pretty awesome. On the bigger tools, you get to see a lot more on a lot more data, right? You can see a lot more. The smaller tools, you're only viewing like 3 to 5 lines. So in this tool, we tell you the value, okay, and now you can graph that if you want to. We also have the specs in here. So for example, if this value goes out, it's going to turn red, and we'll see that's out of spec. So that's a quick way for it to flash you something's going on. But let's just show a graph. This is all going to be similar to what we had in the past, okay? And then you can combine these if you want to. Pretty neat, guys. If you want to set triggers or record the data, you can do that. You can also do snapshots of it, which is really neat because it is Android. So, and then you can just email those right away. And you can customize these colors, specs, values, all that kind of thing. So there's a lot more to go to in depth here. on that, but we're not going to today. Okay, so we're backing up. Let's see what else we got to talk about here. Let's go back, get out of the demo. It's going to do that to tell you to take out your VCI. So cool thing with the Max 5 compared to the 4 is your VCI now is quite large. All right. And the reason that is because this is now a J box, right? So not only are you going to be able to scan your cars, now if you want to program, I'm sorry, not program, the scan tool already programs. If you want to flash, you can now do this. This is just like a J box, and you can go in online, select which car manufacturer you have, what car you have, what you want to flash on the car, and you can do it through the scan tool. So you no longer need a J box or a we sell Wrap Assist as well, which is a little different system and much easier to use than a J box, but now you don't need a separate. So it comes with it. Again, that's another $2,000 in savings. Pretty neat. And then I'm going to show you up here top corner. We didn't do this one. This is the toolbox. Okay, so Maximus Fix. We talked about that already. That's going to be your trouble flow charts, wiring diagrams, TSBs, flat rate manual, all that kind of shop help that you need. Saved report just shows your old health report. This is the Max battery, so this is where you would do your battery test, and everything comes in the tool with that. There's your scope functions. Everything comes in the tool with that. You can monitor your TPMS, and you can program TPMS sensors, but you are not going to the tire with this tool and pulling those out wirelessly. Okay, you still have to plug in, or we have another tool, a TPMS 3.0, that will do that for you. ADIS is all in here. It's loaded. You have to buy the you don't have to buy the software. It's in there, but you would have to buy all the rest of the equipment. Updates, we're going to come back to that. Tech to tech, this is a really cool thing for Matco. If there's two tools, you can get from one onto the other. It's really neat. So say you have your scan tool hooked up at one shop, and your best diagnostic technician or your buddy who's really good at diagnosing, because we know that's a different kind of breed, right? If they have a Matco tool, they can get onto your tool, look at your data list through their scan tool from anywhere in the United States. So that's a really awesome function. Helps you out. Settings, typical settings. Okay, feedback is cool. If there's something your tool is not doing right, you can immediately submit the health check that you had. You can say, okay, man, my tool, it almost always scans in 5 minutes, and it took 10 minutes to scan. Or it usually pulls up this function, but it's not letting me do it on this new make. So you can hit the feedback button, select the health check, and then you can send that right to Matco, and they're going to get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. Most of the times I see anything, it's a new update that the manufacturer released, and there's a glitch in the software, and that lets them know real quick, and they get it fixed. Max sensor, we do sell a sensor box to simulate sensors. So if you had a bad mass airflow sensor, instead of just buying one from your local parts store and putting it in, the simulator box would get those specifications, and it would act as if it was a new one. So that's a really cool thing that most guys don't have. Video scope, we do a borescope. It plugs right into the tool, and nice camera. I think it's I don't want to say the size of the camera lens, I forget, but it's pretty small, and it does a great job. All the different angles, mirrors, flashlight on it, take pictures or video. Max Drive, we touched on that earlier. Info, that's going to give you all the info about the tool, what kind of cars it'll scan, and there's a lot more in there. But let's go back to updates, because that's a huge thing everybody asks about. The updates for Matco, we do this different than anybody else, is our updates come from the manufacturers directly to the tool. Okay, we have one update right now on a Mazda. I just updated this tool yesterday. There was about 70 brand new out of the box, and we have one today. So with our competitors, they get updates to their tools as well, but most of them only update your tool every 6 months, right? You have to bring your tool to the driver, which is kind of a pain in the butt, especially if it's not there, and they will update your tool. But our updates come directly from the manufacturer to your tool, and you get those updates in real time. So instead of having to wait 6 months, get your tool updated, wait another 6 months, get your tool updated, we're updating every single day. right? It's really cool. We had over 700 updates last year, and a big misconception with updates is those are new vehicles. There were not 700 new vehicles out last year, right? Sure, some of them are new vehicles, but the majority are actually functions that manufacturers are releasing on older vehicles, right? And they could be things for reflashing. They could be things for programming. They could just be other functions for their cars. So it's very important to stay up to date with the tool. The updates, we can get into how much of those cost, but financially they're very smart because they do include the software support. They include the quick fix from Identifix. We are also lifetime warranting our tool. Now that's for any kind of manufacturing problems, any kind of computer chip things, not broken screens, okay? But we lifetime warranty the tool now when you get your update every year, which is a huge benefit. And that keeps your tool up to date more than any other tool on the market. And the other thing that we are seeing now with manufacturers is they are, we all know about auto auth, and that's a security gateway where Chrysler is a big one, Ram, Dodge, and Ford's getting into it, and a few other manufacturers, and they're requiring you to register your tool on auto auth, right? Which these tools already come like that, but they want you to register every year, and they want to see that your tool is up to date. So the kind of past thought of updating your tool, do I have to do it? I don't need the new vehicles. Number one, most of the updates are not for new vehicles anymore. And number two, AutoAuth will not let you register your tool and keep it registered with them unless your tool is up to date. Okay, so that's why we've included with our updates now. It's not just $1,000 to get your tool up to date and get new cars. No, now it's $1,000 to get your tool updated, to get your software information, to be able to access the security gateway, and to have a lifetime warranty. So very beneficial. Matco's doing a really good job, and I'm really, really happy with that. So that update was quick and fast, and yeah, it's just that easy. And you can set them up to auto update. So just going to get out of the tool. That's pretty much it. It's a huge screen. It's got a nice bar on the back we can't see because I had to turn the lights off in here so there's no glare, and then there's a nice little hand pad on the back. But yeah, really nice tool. I'm really happy. Great value, lots that comes with it, and you get a lot more out of it than just a regular scan tool. Like, this thing would never be put away if I owned it. It would always be on top of my toolbox. If I'm not using it to scan a car, I'm using it to scan the internet, to take pictures, to take videos, to send emails, to fool around, to play music. So really neat. Hopefully that helps you guys out. And yeah, any questions, we'll talk. Thanks.